Hope everyone is doing well out there today. Gonna wait to see if anybody jumps in and joins before we get started on this Echo 2511T reassembly. Really beautiful day here in California today. Blue skies, sunshine. Um, it was a little chilly earlier in the day, but now I think it's the perfect temperature. So, just gonna wait for some of you guys to join in before we get started on this 2511 reassembly. Did a few things to it, a couple things, nothing major. Quarter pitch conversion and West Coast muffler. Gave it a nice cleaning, and yeah, just gonna put it back together so that way our customer Rodolfo can come and pick it up when he has some time. It's going to be running a Sumara. Well, it's the new Panther and Sumara bars. Really excited to see what it's going to look like with the Sumara bar. So, going to get started here in just a moment. I know most of you are working and doing things, probably a little busy today. But we were originally going to run a steel bar. This is a 12-inch quarter pico, quarter pitch. Well, it's the quarter pico chain. It's a smaller quarter pitch. You do have to modify them to be able to mount it onto Echo saws, which we did. But then our buddy Rodolfo changed his mind after I told him about these Panther Sumara bars. He really liked the look of them. They feel pretty durable, but I think the steel bars are still better. But I would still choose these second from the steel bar. The ripsaw bar is nice, but it just looks cool. But I don't think it's the same quality as, definitely not the same quality as steel. And I still do believe that the Panther bar is better quality. Mr. Blue, what up? What up? What up? Gorilla Spidey, what up? Okay, so it looks like we have a good little crowd in. So let's go ahead and get started with this reassembly. It's not going to take too long. We're not going to rush through it, but we're just going to get it done. We're going to take our time, but it's not going to take too long. So let me show you guys what we have going on here on the bench. Vishu Dev, much love to you and everybody in India, and much love to everybody that's watching. Let me show you guys what we got going on. Cosmedio Lopez, hello, hello. So the saw was actually already assembled, I'll be honest with you guys. But like I said yesterday, I was going to disassemble it so that way we can do this together and you guys can kind of see the process of what it's like to assemble one of these 2511Ts. Great little saw, 25cc, under a horsepower, maybe like 0.7 horsepower. Really, really nice saws, especially once you open them up with a little bit of with a muffler, and then if you port it, they really give them some life. And then as you guys can see, the Sumara bar, and this is a steel chain, the quarter pico, the smaller version of the quarter pitch. And like I said, the saw was already assembled. I disassembled it before we started, cleaned it up again just because we did run it, or I did run it, and so it got a little dirty, and so I just wiped everything down. And anyways, so that's what we're doing right now. So let's go ahead and get started. It's not going to be too long of a live stream. We're just going to get through this, and then I have to keep it going here in the shop. I have I have 7 saws that I need to get through right now. So anyhow, let's get it going. Vishu Dev Instagram. So I do have my Instagram linked in our bio here on our channel. So just go ahead and check out the bio. I think the link works, but yeah, we do have an Instagram, which I always kind of say, if you guys would like, check out our Instagram if you have time. It's mainly all the stuff that we do here in the shop, just a little bit more in-depth views, like before and afters, pictures, all of the videos that we have on our YouTube channel here. They're all posted on our Instagram as well through stories. But if you guys want to see more like before and afters, more detailed progress pictures and videos, I'm very active on Instagram as well as here. So Ray Perry, what up, what up? Thank you for joining in. So I'm here in California. I'm here in California, in a town called Windsor. It's in Sonoma County. So you can have our 30-degree weather. Yeah, trust me, I've felt what 30-degree weather is, and minus. I used to live in Minnesota for a couple years, way back in like 2017, just trying to survive. And I got a real idea of what a real winter is. Whiteouts, black ice. One thing I can say is don't try to change a tire in negative 12-degree weather, because you're not going to get those lug nuts off, and you will start getting a little bit of frostbite. Okay, let's get going. So here's the saw, cleaned up a bit, flywheel side, the clutch side, exhaust side, carburetor, and the top here where all the lines go, the tank vent. So okay, let me reorganize. I'm gonna just put everything in a pile now, and we're gonna pull parts. So our buddy saw came in without this dust cover that goes on top of the case here, the crankcase. We have a personal 2511 that's the TN version. It's just a different chain combination. We're just gonna do something nice for him, and we're gonna give him our dust cover, just because ours is it's torn apart right now because we're gonna port it, but we're gonna hook him up with a dust cover. So, because it's definitely important. You definitely don't want dust flying around. Okay, so let me just get everything situated here just to have some room. Quick look at the bar that it's gonna run. This is the Panther Sumara bar, made in Japan. They just came out 2 or 3 months ago, give or take. Kind of expensive, but we'll see how they hold up. It's the first time I ever have one of these here in the shop, but our customer Rodolfo really likes it, and so we do what our customer says or asks of us. So we're gonna run that, and it's gonna be running a steel chain. Everton, hello, much love to you. Quarter pitch sprocket. This is the Archer sprockets. I did try using the Proline sprockets, but it did not fit well with the clutch cover. So if you are going to do the quarter pitch conversion, I would definitely use the Archer sprocket, which is this right here. The only reason I tried using the Proline sprocket is because when I went to go order the sprocket, the Archers were out of stock everywhere, everywhere that they're sold. But these are the most popular ones. They work great, good quality. And I thought, well, maybe it's the same. And maybe I got a defective one, I don't know, but it did not work well. So if you are going to do the quarter pitch conversion on the Echoes and they're out of stock, just try to be patient and use the Archer. And then, of course, the West Coast muffler. It's a 2-piece. So let's go. Clutch side. Let's just go ahead and start with the sprocket. This is the original needle bearing. It's a roller bearing style, or roller style bearing. The Archer sprocket does come with a new bearing, but this one's perfectly fine, so we're just going to use the original. I have been told when I was working at the power equipment shop here in town that these do not need to be greased, but it doesn't make sense to me. In my mind, all bearings should be greased, so that's what I do. And I use lithium grease. I don't know if that's the appropriate style grease, but it's a all-purpose type of grease, and I feel like something is better than nothing. So there we are. We got our boy Liam in the house. I got to give you kudos, Liam. You've been pretty chill these today, so I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate it. I'm still working on getting everything fixed for you as far as your channels, but just give me a little time. Just be patient, and yeah. But I do appreciate you being a little bit more mellow. So, okay, sprocket's going on. Also, if you guys have a 2511, the TN version, it does have a different worm gear. So you are going to have to run the T version worm gear to run the sprocket, unless you modify your worm gear, but it's not a big deal. Okay, there we are. And then after that, let me just point this a little bit more towards what we're actually doing. Washer. In like so. Did you ever get the bar? Yes, I did get the bar. This is the Panther Sumara bar. So we got the sprocket, the washer, our needle bearing, and now time for the clutch. It is reverse thread. So to tighten, you're going to go left. So it's lefty tighty, righty loosey instead of righty tighty, lefty loosey. Interesting. So this is the original Echo sprocket, OEM. OEM just means original. Okay, there we are. I like Milwaukee, but right now we're currently rocking the DeWalt, and it's been working great. Just give it a couple little you don't want to go too crazy. All right. So now let's work on the muffler, West Coast muffler. First, we're going to put our little, it's kind of like a heat shield, essentially, kind of like a gasket, but so we're going to put this on first. These ones always throw me for a loop. It's just an interesting little deal here. Okay. And then the first half of it, this side right here. Like I said, it's like a two-piece muffler. And these are all held down by T27 Torx. Don't forget your Loctite. I use the red. Because the last thing that you want is to give your customer their saw back, or your friend. They're all friends. I don't even know why I say customers. And have their screws falling out, which I have had happen in the past. So now I just go for Loctite. Okay, there's one. The second one. Loctite. Husqvarna says, guess what? I don't know. Chicken butt. So I'm going to tighten these down just a little bit. And there is one more screw that goes here. I like to put all the screws in and not tighten them down, just so that way everything gets aligned better. Some Loctite on that one. So now I can go ahead and start tightening them all down. Are you talking about your new 450 that you got? Your 450 Rancha? And one thing to remember is you don't have to over tighten your screws. It's better not to. I mean, you want to make sure that they're secure, but you don't want to over tighten anything, strip anything out. Especially if you're using Loctite, you don't have to go as hard. But you still want to make sure that everything is nice and snug. Okay, especially when going into the cylinder. Really, I would just not over tighten anything if you could. A little hand snug, maybe a little more than hand snug, but especially be careful when going into the cylinder, because it's really soft metal. And sure, you know, you could always try to re-tap the threads, but it's tricky. Okay, there's the first half. Now to put on the second half. Boom. And these screws are not, these little ones that hold it down are not Torx. They're hex. And hopefully the video quality is a little bit better. I'm using my old phone, but I have the shop door or the shed door open right now. That's why I'm trying to keep it kind of quiet and the music not too loud. Because when the shed door is closed, or the shop door, it's all metal in here. It's all aluminum or whatever you want to call it. And it just blocks off the connection. Plus our Wi-Fi here isn't super crazy. It's just some basic AT&T. But hey, at least we got some. Okay, I'm gonna not tighten them down all the way just to make sure everything aligns perfectly. one. I don't know if they have it at home or if they decided to take it off, but we're gonna do something nice for them. Like I said, this is from our personal Echo 2511. We're just gonna throw it on there for them. Very good friend of ours and customer, and we definitely try to look after our customers as best as possible. It's kind of a tricky one to get on here. Oh, I see what I did wrong. There's like a little tab. You got to make sure, because once those tabs break, no good. No good. Okay, dust cover. That's what they call it, at least. It's on. And I'm going to close off the oil pump all the way, because these things, they spit way too much oil. That's the only gripe that I have with these Echo 2511s. Way too much oil. Which is fine. Usually you want a lot of oil, but not like that. Okay. So now, let's go ahead and kind of put together the rewind assembly. This is just the inner guard. It's part of like the dust cover, I guess. Just clips right in. Just sits right in there. Like so. Flywheel. I feel like as long as the piston and the cylinder is all good, and you know, just take your time with it and a little patience, you'll get it. Clean it up. Put your own little touch on it. And then later, if you really want to mess around, you can modify the muffler. You can maybe try to port it. I don't know. Willie B. Hardigan vibrator pull rope. There is a lot of vibration on these. Okay, so it's held down by 3 T27s. Let's not forget this little sleeve. It goes right in the handbrake, or the handguard, which I almost forgot. So it goes right in here. Like so. This one's missing the tabs, or something was broken because it doesn't want to sit in there right, but there we go. Always make sure that it's catching. And we're going to throw some Loctite on these just to play it safe. I would not use Loctite going into plastic, but these do have like a little brass metal, I don't know, threads. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I think blue Loctite would be fine, would be okay, but I just, like I said, I skip all that. I skip the blue and I just go straight into the red. From my understanding, the red is the strongest Loctite. But being that these saws, just saws in general, power equipment, produces a lot of vibration, I'd rather just run the red. Snug threads. But that is kind of what you want, though. You don't want them to be all loose. Okay. A little hand snug, a little extra. Ooh. Whoopsie daisy. Okay, there we are. Down the line. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Jesus. Okay. Now, we're pretty much almost done. We just have to put on the muffler cover, the clutch cover, chain, and the bar. And that's it. I can't play with snow over here. So the different color in Loctite is just different strengths. I believe the purple is more oil resistant, and then there's a green. There's like 4 different Loctites, but I use the red. From my understanding, it's the strongest one. I like the red because, you know, chainsaws and most power equipment, you know, has a lot of vibration or produces a lot of vibration. So I'd rather just be safe than sorry. And also too, the red Loctite is just, it applies better. It's not as runny. It's more like a gel consistency. It's a lot better. I don't know. I like it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this cover on. Like so. 2T27s, if I can talk. No Loctite on these, because these are going into plastic. When I was in the RCs, one thing that I kind of learned is that if you use Loctite into plastic, it kind of makes a reaction and it can like melt it. I don't know, or maybe that's just a myth. I'm not sure, but I don't want to test it. You can definitely use power tools. It'd probably make it a little bit quicker, but you don't need to use power tools on chainsaws. There are some times where, you know, like the longer screws, like some mufflers, you know, they have really long screws and they're just really tight. That's the only time I ever tell myself, like, man, I wouldn't mind using a little impact, but more chances of stripping things out or breaking screws, because I've kind of done it. But a lot of people do use power tools. Nothing against them. I use power tool. I use an impact when I have to remove clutches and flywheels. But other than that, I don't use it. I'm sure eventually, maybe down the line, I'll use it. But I'm fine. My hands are still okay. But once I'm like, then I might just get yourself some good good hand tools and you'll be good to go. Like this steel T27, it's just comfortable, it's nice. Or you could just use a regular Scrench T27. But the reason I bought this one specifically is because going down into the cylinder head to remove the mounting screws, it fits all the way through, opposed to, I don't know where it is, but like the regular Scrench tool that they give you, usually when you buy trimmers or blowers, it has like a little groove or a little notch right here, and it doesn't go in all the way. So that's why I had to buy this one. And then working on certain steels, you do need to have a special, I know it sounds ridiculous, a special 8mm socket, because the diameter fits perfectly into the little like air filter shroud or little, I don't really know the actual name of it, but it's just an 8mm, but Steel probably did that so that way we don't work on our own stuff. But really nice. But like the 261s, 271s, I think 291s as well, a standard 8mm socket will not go into that little plastic unless you modify it. Husqvarna says, are you always going to work in the shed? Well, the goal is to have more of a shop. I mean, I call it a shop because that's how we run it, I guess. But it would be nice to have something else. But honestly, I'm very grateful and blessed to have my grandfather's shed here. Because if I didn't have this shed, this all would not be very possible. But my goal is to eventually own a home of my own, some property, have a nice little, an actual like shop, workshop type building. But yeah, eventually we'd like to level up a little bit. And I would like to have a storefront shop, like a place where you can actually walk in and, you know, maybe be a dealer for Steel or Husqvarna or Echo. Not to sound all crazy or full of myself, but I already have received the dealer application from Steel. I just have to apply, and it takes time. The owner of Frog Power Equipment here in town, I'm good friends with them. They're an authorized dealer for Husqvarna, Echo, Toro, and they are now a Steel dealer. And he said he told me that it took him about 3 years to get Steel in the door. So it's not easy. It's not impossible, but it takes time. Also, Steel is very particular on who they let become dealers, you know, because they just really do their best to protect their brand and their products. So they're kind of strict. I mean, I'm sure all dealers are strict, but you know, Steel is pretty strict. Like, basically, if they see you doing something that they don't like and you're a dealer, they'll just come right in and revoke all your contract, and you're pretty much done. So America, I don't know how to say that. Hello, much love to you. Woody Wood, what up? He said he might know what he's doing. Sorry for hey man, I'm learning. We're all learning. We're in this together. Everybody that's been following along, we're just doing what we love right now, and we're just learning. But we're just doing it. We're just taking it day by day. Okay, so we got the muffler cover down. Everything is pretty much intact, ready to go. Last thing to put on is the bar. These new Panther bars are really sweet. Sumara collaboration. So they're Panther made by Sumara. It feels, it feels like a bar. It feels sturdy. I would definitely choose this one over the Ripsaw unless I'm going for straight looks, because, you know, the Ripsaw is black and it's got a little red and stuff. But this is a nice looking bar. This is the steel bar. Essentially same design. This one feels a little heavier, so it kind of makes it feel like it's more durable in quality. But I mean, we all know, I think, that steel, they make some damn good bars, but we'll see. These are really popular right now. This one was ordered off of Monkey Beaver, so shout out to Monkey Beaver. Really great customer service. They got us this bar really quick. They're up here in Oregon. Apparently they were stress tested for quite some time, and when Monkey Beaver got them in about 3 months ago or so, they were sold out within 24 hours. No joke. No joke. They're a little more expensive. These are about $67 before tax and shipping. $68 before shipping and tax. And then after the good old shipping and tax, 80 bucks. The steel bars are about 50, 55, depending on where you get them. The Ripsaw bars, they're pretty cheap. They're like, I think right now they're having a Black Friday sale. So right now they're like 35 bucks. And they feel kind of cheap. I mean, you guys already know that I'm a somewhat supporter of Ripsaw just because of their vision. They had a vision and they executed it, and they're doing really damn good. But I know there's some chatter going on right now with Ripsaw, but I don't know. I don't know what that's all about. So, okay, steel chain going down. Woody wood. So this is just this is, I guess you would consider, we can consider this the Nano. It's the quarter Pico. It's just the smaller version of the quarter pitch. So I guess it is kind of the Nano. Really good chains. They just cut really, they quit. You can't talk anymore. They cut quicker, cleaner, smoother feel. The 3/8 is kind of grabby, but yeah, I guess it is Nano. Okay, so there we are. So the bar is a 64 drive chain. Oh yeah, nice. Damn, this looks good. This looks, not to sound full of shisa, okay? It looks freaking good. I'm excited. This is the first time I've had one of these bars in person. I drooled over them when I first saw them, but of course I didn't buy them. But I'll be honest, after they sold out, I was like, oh man, I should have bought in a couple. But I didn't. And now, dude, this thing is sweet. It almost looks like the picture on Monkey Beaver. Oh man. So even though I told our customer Rodolfo that I personally think the steel bars are better, you know, it's got the Roll-O-Matic oiling tech, more durable. But once he saw these and I told him about the Panther bars, he's like, that is a great looking bar. He's like, you know what? It's a little more expensive, but I want that. And whatever our customers want, we do our best to get them that. All right. Man. And one thing I can also, all I can do is just kind of recommend, you don't have to overly tighten your bar nuts on your bar stud, because what's going to eventually happen, or what could happen, is you're going to over tighten, and then once the bar studs get dirty, all that dirt and grime, you're going to start obviously backing out your nut, and it eventually will start backing out your bar stud, which goes into the crankcase, and then you could possibly damage the crankcase threads, and then that's just not a good time. Especially on the 660s, or not 660s, 661s, they already have that problem with the bar studs where they become loose. So a lot of people, to my understanding, they swap out the 660 bar studs, or they put the 660 bar studs on the 661, and they're better, I guess. Okay, let's make sure. And that's basically what you're looking for. I know it might be debatable on what the proper tension is, but essentially, as long as the chain runs freely, it's good. It's gonna, I mean, these steel chains are supposed to be pre-stretched, but as you can see, it's already loosened up a little bit. So let me just go ahead and get that tightened up. But essentially, that's what you want, because if you install your chain and put it on and you tighten it down and you're sitting there like trying to move it and it doesn't move, definitely too tight. But right now we're going to just tighten it up just a little more. But I do understand that everybody kind of runs their chains a little different, but see, like that feels. And one thing that I've noticed is, you'll tighten down on your tensioner, but then when you tighten down on your bar stud, on your nut, it creates more tension. So you don't want to go super hard on the tensioner and then go, I don't know, it's just weird. Maybe I'm just crazy. What song are you going to do after this one? I just got Pantera radio going right now. Okay. Okay. And there we are. Still a little loose there on the bottom. Oh yeah, it's gotten loose now. This thing is really stretching out. Maybe I will go a little tighter then. Either way, I'm sure Rodolfo will tweak it a little bit. He is a badass climber. Badass climber. Okay, see, now that's too tight. Let's just back it down a little bit more. Okay. And there we are. Just wipe it down, get our fingerprints off this beautiful bar, even though it's going to get all scratched up. But man, that looks sweet. That looks sweet, I think. Fazim, what is the best two-stroke oil to use? So I don't know if it's the best, but I really like AMSOIL. Full synthetic. It's the Sabre. This is what I run in my personal saws. I mix it with VP Racing's. It's not racing fuel. I mean, they specialize in racing fuel, but VP ethanol free, 94 octane, 50-to-1 ratio. They claim that you can do, what is it? 100-to-1. I don't know. 50-to-1. But like I said, I don't know if it's the best. This is what I really like. This is all I run with the VP 94 octane ethanol free. Let's see. Husqvarna says, what chance are you? I'm not sure the question. Down the line says, what chainsaw would you buy? Please don't say steel. Well, it depends. Okay, that's a hard question. Are we talking top handle, rear handle? For top handle, these 2511s, amazing, amazing. Once you put a muffler on there, maybe you port it, really awesome saw. For bigger saws, rear handle, I like the Husqvarna 592s, rippers, light compared to the 661. We have a 661, great saw, beautiful saw. I have the M-tronic version. I put the West Coast clutch cover on there, the dogs. It actually needs a new top end because I bought it for a really good price, and I replaced all the plastics. It already was a really good condition saw, but for a saw like that, in that class, I would choose a Husqvarna 592. Beautiful saw, super well balanced. It's got the chain speed, it's got the power, and then for other ones, I mean, I think most of you know how I feel. 500i. We already had one. We had one. We modified it. Maxwell air filter, West Coast bark box, which bark box is just the name that they put. It's just a modified muffler. Although when I go to buy another one, I think I'm going to skip the West Coast muffler and I'm going to do the Egan straight shot. Egan makes some great mufflers and pipes. For our personal 2511, I really do like the West Coast muffler, but I really like his straight shot pipe, which is what we have. We have an extra one here. So that'd be basically my lineup. For top handle, a good Ripon 2511 Echo. For a bigger saw, you know, like what are those, like a 90cc or so, 592 Husqvarna XP. And then what else? And then for like a middle saw, 500i. Beautiful saw. A charm to work on, really. It's a dream to work on. It's really good. Or a 400, a steel 400. Those 400s, I mean, they're rippers. I know we like the 200T a lot, but these Echoes, I think Echo makes some of the best engines, especially when it comes to leaf blowers and trimmers, whether it be line trimmers, hedge trimmers, just great. I like them. Just traditional two-stroke, no weird hybrid valve, two-stroke. So anyhow, guys, this is it. Now I can text Rodolfo, hey man. This thing is so sweet, man. I'm so excited. He's gonna be excited. I know he is. Okay. As far as the live stream goes, that's all I was gonna focus on right now. Is just getting this his 2511 ready to go. I have already ran it, tuned it a little bit since putting on the West Coast muffler. I also removed the limiter caps just to have all the tuning ability. The last thing was just the bar. Like I told you guys yesterday on the live stream, whoever was here, the saw was already assembled. I just unassembled it so that way we can put it together. Clean it up again from the running that we did, the test runs, and because like I said, these spit out a ton of oil. That's the only thing I don't like about these 2511s. And so I just cleaned it all up, so now it's perfect. Well, That's kind of full of shit. It's ready to go for him, nice and clean. Um, and now we're good. And we got a bunch more saws that came in. So our buddy Leon from Turlock, California, we did his 046 and his 200T. We did a whole overhaul on him. His 046 got a new piston, and the 200T got, well, they both got ignition modules, carburetors, rewind starters, and what else? A good cleaning, some mods. His 200T got the West Coast pipe. His 046 got the West Coast bark box. And then when he came to pick him up, he picked up some 3-point dogs for his 200T and his 046. And then he left us a lot of saws. He left us 6 saws. So his 2511T, a Husqvarna 388, I think it is. A Husqvarna 388, his 201, what else? His 261, and get this, a Steel 051 AV, some old school. I'm kind of nervous for that one because that's the oldest saw that I have worked on since I've had my shop here, or my shed. I know some people are like, it's not a shop, it's a shed. Apples and oranges. 051 AV. That's going to be, if you guys don't know who he is, Oliver, of all trades, or Oliver all trades, I forget his new username, but he just recently worked on an 051. Just a young guy, young dude, just doing what he loves. So if you guys want to get an idea of what we're going to be working on, 051, check him out. And what else? And then we still have the 200T that we need to get new oil seals for, because yesterday we determined that it has a bad oil seal on the flywheel side. But we're going to replace both with some aftermarket ones and get rid of those bake lights. So yeah, we have some work still. We have slowed down a little bit, but it's all good. We'll get busy again. I mean, we are pretty busy. I mean, we could have nothing going on right now, but yeah, we have like 7 or 8 saws right now. This one's going to be leaving here pretty soon, maybe tomorrow or maybe on the weekend. But either way, it's done, ready to go. Budsville, dude, what up, man? I was just thinking about you not too long ago. I was like, man, where's Budsville been? You know, but I know you're busy. You're out there doing your thing. But hopefully you've been doing good. Hopefully you had a good holiday with your family. That's if you do observe and celebrate holidays. Thankfully, we've been doing all good over here. Like I was just saying, we have slowed down a little bit work-wise, but we just got 6 saws dropped off a couple days ago, and then we have a couple more saws that we're still tinkering with. We're having some issues, but we're making progress. So still thankfully staying busy, and thankfully we still have work. Val in the house. What up, Val? Marshall, hello. Marshall says, I had to fix my teacher's chainsaw. Did you get it running? I'm sure you did. What kind of chainsaw was it? Husqvarna says, do the Husqvarna. Maybe we can do that. Well, no, not maybe. We'll do that one tomorrow. For you, we'll do it tomorrow. Like I said, the main purpose of this live stream was just to kind of show the reassemble process and quarter pitch conversion and some goodies. And that's all kind of what I have planned for right now, at least. But tomorrow, not sure what time yet, but probably earlier in the afternoon, like today, just so that way it doesn't get all dark and I can leave the shed door open, so that way our Wi-Fi isn't super crappy, because I feel like it's been a little bit better today, because no one has said, oh, the quality. I've been good, Buzzville. I've been good, man. We're doing good. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but the life changes, the personal lifestyle changes have been going well. Caffeine is on a minimum. We're on like 2 cups of coffee max a day, compared to like pounding 3 Celsius a day, like 600 milligrams. Um, we're still not smoking the weed, feeling great. Don't even think about it. It's still, when I actually talk about it out loud, it makes me be like, whoa, that's crazy. I never thought I was gonna stop smoking weed, because I've been smoking weed since I was like 13 and never stopped. Um, well, there was a point in my life where I had to. I had no choice. Well, I did have a choice, but let's just say this: there were consequences, and I was kind of afraid of those consequences. Um, the drinking, we still go to Russian River. We have our consecration with dinner, and but that's at a minimum too. So we're doing okay. I feel like the skin is looking better. All right, we're looking a little better. The eating habits, they're the same. Nothing major. Buzzwell, I appreciate you. Know I really do appreciate you. Um, I really appreciate all the love and support. Everybody that's always been positive, and nothing but love and support. I appreciate you guys. Husky, you did tell me about your new Husky toolbox. I'm excited. That's exciting. You definitely have to post some videos or something on that. Liam says, "Have you ever smoked weed again?" I haven't. Since I stopped, since I first told you guys, I haven't. And if I do, I'll let you guys know. I mean, we keep it real here. But no, I don't have any intention to start up again, because it just wasn't enjoyable anymore. Um, I was literally just doing it to do it. And also, too, um, for some, that weed, man, it really starts playing with your mind. It starts making you think things that are not reality. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. And it just was really playing with us. So you know what? I realized that that was the problem, one of the main problems, and we tested the theory, and it's been great. Honestly, I sleep better. I still eat the same. I'm not in my head as much ever. Well, I shouldn't say ever, but it was basically just excuses not to stop. Like, oh, I use it to sleep and to eat. Well, not to eat, but to sleep, and it was all bull crap. Val says, "How do you spell your last name?" It's Paz. Um, Walter Washke, hello, hello. Much love to you guys in Germany. Marshall McLean, McLean. I never got it yet. It is a steal, and I am only 10 years old. You'll get one, man. You'll get one. Just got to keep working at it. Manifest it, meaning just don't stop thinking about it, and you'll achieve it. You'll get it. Yo, when I get my strike off, I'll do it. Diddy says, can you say, uh, sure, why not? Bring the boom, right? I bring the boom. Shawnee, hello, hello. Great job. Thank you, I guess. No, I just trying to be a better, just trying to be Valve 11, reassemble for our Valve 11, reassemble for our customer Rodolfo with the Panther bar. It's a Sumara, or it's Panther made by Sumara. West Coast muffler, all cleaned up, ready to go. Marshall says, "Don't say that." Whoops, I don't say what. But yeah, we're just we just finished this up though, Grayson. I don't know if you're still here. Sorry, we had a little bit of a connection glitch just now, but this is our buddy Rodolfo's West Coast muffler, quarter pitch conversion, running the new Panther made by Sumara bars. We got this off a Monkey Beaver. This was the the West Coast muffler was bought at our local power equipment shop in the next town over. Frog Power Equipment, shout out to them. The sprocket is the Archer sprocket. This one here. It's the one that works the best. I've already tried using another one. The Proline one, not a good fit, doesn't fit right. So if these are sold out, just be patient. These are the best ones to use, in my opinion. Running a steel chain. This is the Pico chain. So there's two versions, the quarter pitch, like the quarter, and then the smaller quarter. So like the nano or more nano. It's more micro. And then his saw came in without the dust cover that goes here that covers up the fuel lines and tank vent. So we just took the one off of our personal 2511 and we're just going to hook him up with it, do something nice for him, because he's a really good friend of ours, returning customer, always supportive, bringing us work. And then cleaned it all up, and now it's ready for pickup. He's going to be so excited. He was already excited. The saw is already tuned. We tuned it. We also removed the limiter caps from the carburetor just for extra tuning ability. And yeah, it's all ready to go. And that's all we're doing for tonight. Tomorrow we're going to come back. Like I said, I'm going to do these live streams a little bit earlier in the afternoon, just because that way I can leave the shed door open, talk a little louder with the door open, so that way our connection isn't super horrible. And we're gonna do that Husqvarna. I believe it's a 388. I should probably know that, but we're gonna just do an inspection on it, and yeah, go from there. So, yo, it's like the first video. But alrighty, guys, much love to you guys. It's 5 p.m. here. Big boy's getting a little hungry. We're gonna go inside, eat some food. This, like I said, this was all for now. I appreciate everybody that was here watching. So yeah, for now, we're out, but hopefully we'll see each other tomorrow, as long as the day shows up and we're healthy. And let's just try to do our best to just, I know it sounds kind of sappy and cringy, but you know, let's just try to share some, you know, what was I gonna say? Spread positivity, kindness. I understand that patience sometimes can be testing. Believe me, I know. But let's just keep killing people with kindness. So anyhow, Marshall says it's 9 my time. So you're probably maybe in... Well, you can't be in Minnesota. They're only 2 hours ahead. Maybe you're further up in the East Coast. Maybe, possibly. But anyhow, much love to you guys. Thank you guys for all the love and support tonight, all the positivity, and hopefully we'll see each other. Oh, I was way off. Canada. Much love to you guys. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. So laters.